Dhanabad, Mathela, the chairman of the program, and my colleague in the assembly and the vice president of Meghalaya Pradesh Trinamool Congress Committee, George P. Lingdo, and the other vice president, James Lingdo, the president of the Meghalaya Pradesh Youth Trinamool Congress Committee, Mr. Fernandez Dakar, and all other party functionaries, dignitaries, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the newly inducted Pynthorumkhrah Trinamool Block Congress Committee, led by the young, dynamic block president, Mr. Samborlang Gendo, and his team, including the team in the youth and the women's wing, and all my dear mostly mothers and sisters, the distinguished leaders of different localities, different neighborhoods who have come here together to be part of this program, to be part of this dialogue, to be part of this new story that we want to set up in the history of Pynthorumkhrah and the state of Meghalaya. All other distinguished guests and friends from media, I want to thank for this wonderful reception. I would like to thank Samborlang Gendo and his team, and also the cultural troupe for a wonderful display of our cultural program, and for the love and respect that you get to all of us. And I must thank all of you for coming here, for giving me the privilege to speak to all of you, to be part of this program. And I would like to thank the gracious Almighty for having kept us healthy to be here together. In the preceding years, we have been confronted by lots of challenges. The challenges of pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, so we could not meet like this. We could not have programs like this, but God has been gracious. Today, we are, though not far from the problem, but we are in a better condition. We are able to meet together. Friends, we are here today to collectively decide for the future, the destiny of our state, our people. That's why we have come here. In our given democracy, we as citizens, all of us have responsibility towards building the state and building the nation. We have been given the power, and along with the power, the responsibility. And that's why we want to exercise this power together. And that's why we come together. And we want to make a humble beginning as members of this political party, the All India Trinamool Congress, the AITC. We want to be involved in our commitment to build a state where we will have a secure future for our generation next, for our beloved children and grandchildren. And that's why we want to take the available space in given democracy and utilize it optimally by coming together and by collectively deciding to put our strength together in building the state and nation. Now, how do we build the state? How do we build a nation? In a given democracy, with every right to franchise that we have the responsibility to elect a new government every 5 years. And that government will decide the destiny of the state, not just for 5 years, but 5 years and beyond. That's why what has happened in last 5 years, almost 5 years now, 2018 till today, whatever the government has done has its ramification on the present and the future. The present and the future is a culmination of the action or inaction, policy or lack of policy of the present incumbent government. You have seen governments after government in the preceding years. We also had the privilege to form government and had the privilege to be in the hand of affairs of governance and to serve our beloved people and be part of the story of building the state and building the nation. Today, if we look back from 2018 till today, what we see today is a government who, from the very beginning, messed up everything. You still see in Umalong, where we have the Silong City Bus Syndicate bus station, where the road is still blocked. There is a testimony of incompetence of the government and the insensitivity of the leaders who are in the present dispensation. They created the mess and they don't know how to resolve this mess. But in the process, the name and fame of the state has been defamed. The benchmark that we set in the preceding years have gone down the drain, and we are very sad to see. We are very sad to witness this. We have a government who have robbed the mothers of the opportunities that we created. We have a government who have robbed the single mothers of the benefit that we were passing on to the single mothers. We have a government and the leaders who have robbed the old, the infirm, of the benefit that has been initiated by our government. We have a government who have robbed our children of the right kind of education, the right kind of environment for better quality education that we created over the decades. We have a government who have robbed our school children from the uniforms that we started giving. We have a government who have robbed our children from the textbooks that we were giving. We have a government who have robbed the students from the kind of support that the government provided, be it the judicial aid in learning or be it the different kinds of support that we give. We have a government which has robbed the entrepreneurs. We have a government which has dislocated the business of the businessmen. We built a state which could provide equal opportunities for all our beloved people across the state, irrespective of caste, creed, and community. But we have a government now who have been engaged in rampant discrimination and deprivation. All the entrepreneurs that has been built over the years, with the involvement, collective involvement of our people from all walks of life, have been robbed of their opportunities, have been robbed of the career path that they were climbing as entrepreneurs, as businessmen. I met hundreds of our entrepreneurs who slowly climbed the ladder of their career path as entrepreneurs and as businessmen. Today they are deprived of all their businesses and enterprises, whether in the government sector or whether it is outside the government sector. We have a government who have messed up the health sector. We have a government who has messed up the very important innovative scheme that we initiated during our time, the Meghalaya Health Insurance Scheme, with which all our families used to be given the smart card. The smart card which could take care of the cost of treatment in government hospitals or in private hospitals. Today, this government has messed up this whole system, whole scheme. Today, in spite of having the smart card, the patient party will still have to pay amounts which cannot be afforded by the patient parties, rich or poor. We have a government who have deprived our older children of pursuing their education, their higher education and technical education in our own state, compelling the parents to send their children outside the state because they diverted all the money that was available for establishment of technical institutions, engineering colleges, colleges of science and commerce. The money which has been sent from government of India has been diverted, and they have not been able to give the kind of account that is needed to ensure transparency and effective utilization of the public money. We have a government who has created a stone wall in availing the benefit of the medical colleges and to be able to study in these medical colleges. Hundreds of young men and women who have aspired to be doctors have been deprived because we have failed to complete the medical colleges in spite of having the money. The medical college in Shillong, the medical college in Tura. Why has the government not proceeded further and provided this opportunity? In respect of medical college, the state government has received 172 crores from government of India. But till now, because they have derailed the whole momentum of implementation of this program, thereby depriving the state, they have paid only 60 crore, they have spent only 60 crores till date. This is reflection of their natural intent which comes in their style of functioning to mismanage the finances of the state. The finances of various government departments have been mismanaged by this government. All our mothers were supposed to be the beneficiary of some very important initiatives of our government, like the support for all the mothers, the women, the female head of respective households in the whole state. With the seed money that we provided, that we sanctioned and were releasing to our mothers for opening bank account in the name of women's economic empowerment through financial inclusion. All this money has been brought back by the state government for reasons best known to them, depriving the mothers. Various initiatives for our farmers, for our poor, for our budding entrepreneurs, because we were promoting entrepreneurship amongst every member of the respective family across the state, including the mothers. All these initiatives that was embarked upon by our government, and based on those initiatives, whatever money has been brought in order to release this funding to support our mothers, our families, our poor. These whole initiatives have been derailed by the present government, robbing our people, robbing our farmers, robbing our poor, robbing our budding entrepreneurs at the micro level, at the grassroots level, at the village level. We managed to have number of initiatives under the Basin Development Program, Substantial amount of fund from Japan International Cooperation Agency were brought. Substantial amount of fund from World Bank, from Asian Development Bank. All this money were meant for all of you, for the families, for the households, to generate opportunities of sustainable livelihood, to generate sustainable livelihood through entrepreneurship, and to create a kind of value chain which will sustain livelihood in the years to come, in the decades to come, and change the whole socio-economic landscape of the state. But the state and the people have been deprived by this present government. Today, the opposition is working hard to protect and ensure that our people are not deprived of what is due for them, what has been brought for them, what is already available in the government coffers, what is already available with the different departments. They have messed up and robbed the people of all the opportunities that we opened up through multiple missions, livelihood missions. We had a dairy mission, we have the piggery mission, we had different programs under livelihood, different programs under livestock mission. The apiculture mission, which has been renamed as honey mission, they have messed up the whole program, deprived our people by their inefficiency and lack of priority or otherwise shifted priorities. Their priority is reflected by what is happening in the state. They have deprived our children from getting quality education. They have deprived our children of the poor family across the state by not appointing teachers of the LP schools, by terminating the ad hoc teachers even without replacement. They have deprived our youth who wanted to be teachers and teach our young children across the state. They have not appointed our young men and women who have aspired to be teachers and have completed MTech. Till now, they have not been appointed. This is the kind of government that we have, and that is the reason why we are here today, to replace this government, to come together and put our strength together in sync with the power that is given to all of us in the democracy that we want to further strengthen and sustain. This government has robbed your children, your brothers, your sisters, the youth of the job that they were waiting for. We are not talking about this insensitive government where they have failed to sanction and create and sanction any new post for job in the government sector. We are talking about the vacancies which have cropped up due to retirement, due to untimely demise of government employees, and due to promotions. These vacancies which are already existing, all our youth who have applied for these jobs have been deprived. You know, during our time, almost on a regular basis, we used to have recruitment for police, be it for armed battalion or for UB, unarmed branch. Today, I remember when we were in the government, we get direction that on a regular basis these vacancies must be filled up, so that the youth of the day takes this opportunity, compete amongst themselves, and thereby serve our people, be part of the team in serving our people and serving our state. Multiple posts, multiple vacancies crop up every year. But this government has chosen to not fill up these vacancies. What is the reason? We got to ask them the reason. What has happened to the money that has been passed in the assembly, in the budget, for all the posts? Whether it is in education, the money which is required by the department to pay the salary of the teachers, yes, they are passed in the assembly. What has happened to the money? Why aren't they appointing the teachers? What has happened to the vacancies in the police department? What has happened? The vacancy was notified, advertised for recruitment in 2018, based on our direction before the election. The boys and girls were asked for physical tests. They did the running exercise, all these physical recruitment they have gone through in the year of 2019. They took so many years to conduct the written exam. During our time, if the written exam has taken place within 48 hours, we used to give results. To keep transparency, to ensure transparency, and to avoid any manipulation. But the government of the day, when did the written exam to fill up these police, the post of AB constables and UB constables in the police department was conducted? Till now they have not appointed. Because they don't want to release this salary to all the job seekers. They are misusing this money for some other reasons. There is a need, therefore, to ask them, where have the money gone, which were passed in the budget year after year to take care of these salaries and pension? Why are we depriving our youth? What is going to happen to young men who have applied for the police 5 years back? Once the results are out, if they fail, maybe many of their ages will be already over age to apply for a new post, new job. Where will be the hope amongst the youth? Today, this is the government who is compelling our young men and women who have studied technical education to apply for jobs like LDA, like some officiating post against the programs. If youth who have pursued higher education, technical education, who have passed engineering, who have passed MBA, who have passed masters in science and other professional courses, if they compete for the post of undergraduates, for the post of grade 4, for the post of LDA, what is those young men and women who have not been able to pursue higher education, how are they going to compete? I met one of my cousins, a cousin who has brilliant children who have pursued higher education and came out with flying colors in their respective courses of studies. The father and daughter were arguing in front of me. The father was telling the daughter to apply for the post of LDA. Daughter who has completed BE, Bachelor's in Engineering. So the daughter said, if I have to work as an LDA, why did you ask me, and why should I study BE? Why should I study engineering? This is the question. So I told the young girl, ask this question to the politicians, not to your father, not to your mother. Ask this question to the policymakers. Therefore, friends, what we as policymakers we do, what we decide, the policies and programs that we embark upon will affect everybody's life, will affect the state as a whole, will have its ramification for the future generation. That is the reason why we need to come together and look at how best we can fulfill our responsibilities when we want to exercise the power that is vested upon you as right to franchise. It must always come. When we have the power, this power must be exercised with the utmost sense of responsibility. This sense of responsibility should revolve around our resolve, our determination to protect the interests of our Jatpanryu, to protect the interests of our young children, the grandchildren, whom we love so much. All the mothers are working so hard because all of you love your children. Why are you working so hard? Because you love your children. Why we love our children? That's a natural human psychology. Therefore, if we love our children and grandchildren, we need to build this state for them. That's why you cannot allow these people who are in the present dispensation, the present government, to be in power. We have to come together, unite, and come together and put our strength and power together to replace this government. Are you ready? अगर भविष्य के लिए हम सोचते हैं, हम भविष्य के लिए क्यों सोचते हैं? क्योंकि हम सब अपना प्यारे बच्चे के लिए सोचते हैं, उनसे प्यार करते हैं। कौन मां है जो अपना बच्चों से प्यार नहीं करते? इसलिए अगर अपना बच्चों से प्यार करते हैं तो ये देश अच्छा होना चाहिए। ये देश में अपना बच्चों के लिए भविष्य अच्छा होना चाहिए। ये है अपना मकसद और ये है अपना कर्तव्य ये निभाने के लिए। और ये कर्तव्य निभाने के लिए हमको चुनाव में एक मौका देते हैं। इसीलिए चुनाव के आगे हम सब यहां आए हैं, एक साथ सोच के भविष्य के लिए एक साथ अपना जो ताकत है, ये ताकत को एक साथ रखने के लिए, ये ताकत को एक साथ रख के हम ऐसा सरकार बनाएंगे जो सरकार आपका हो, हम सबका हो, हम देश का हो और देश के लिए भलाई के लिए सोचते हैं, गरीब के लिए, मां के लिए, विधवाओं के लिए, लेबर के लिए, वेजेस करने वालों के लिए, जो हमारा तरफ देखना नहीं सकता है, जो हमारा तरफ चलना नहीं सकता है, सबके लिए। तभी ना अपना देश हम सब बता सकेंगे ये देश बहुत अच्छा है, सबका देश है। फ्रेंड्स, how sad we are. We have a government who betray our people, just contrary to what they promised during the election. We have a government who surrenders to other powers at the cost of the state and at the cost of our people. We have a government who want to rob our people from their land that they have inherited from their forefathers. We have a government who surrenders our land to our neighboring state at the cost of the people who are residing there and at the cost of the future generation. Shall we be silent spectators therefore? Therefore, friends, today, democracy provides us the space not to be silent spectators, not to choose to be silent majority. Our voices are our weapons in democracy. Therefore, I believe that all of you have come with a mission, with an objective. All of you, my humble appeal to all of you from the bottom of my heart is, आप लोग जाके सब अपना परिवार लोगों का साथ, अपना पड़ोसी का साथ, with all your loved ones, with your neighbors, with your relatives, you must unite together with the same mission to realize our shared dreams and aspirations. The shared dreams and aspirations that we have on behalf of our children and grandchildren. I always used to say as a politician and as a policymaker, what should we do? As policymaker, we must be connected to the dreams and aspirations of our people. The dreams and aspirations of our people of all walks of life. Poor, the rich, the haves, the have-nots, the young and the old. And we must then see how we can formulate policies and programs to enable our people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, to realize their dreams to the fullest, not partially, इसीलिए आज ये नया शुरुआत है मेघालय में। आप लोग शायद सोचते होंगे डॉक्टर मुकुल पहले दूसरा सिंबल लेके आता था, अभी नया सिंबल है, ये सिंबल है। हम लोग गारो में इसको सामसी बोलते हैं। इन इंग्लिश वी विल कॉल इट ग्रास which grows in the field. Your polo ground, the natural grass. ये है अपना सिंबल। ये सिंबल लेके हम लोग ये नया पार्टी का एक जो प्लेटफॉर्म हमें दे रहा है, इकट्ठा करने के लिए हमको जो मौका दे रहा है, ये पार्टी को लेके ये पार्टी का ताकत, क्योंकि गणतांत्रिक में एक साथ जब हम लोग एक पार्टी का नाम में हम लोग इकट्ठा होते हैं तो एक परिवार का तरफ होते हैं हम लोग। तो आज इसीलिए आप सबको अपना ये नया परिवार में स्वागतम कर रहा हूं। I would like to welcome all of you to this new parivar, to this new family, because when we build a political party, please remember we are building it as members of the same family, and members of the same family will share the same responsibility, the same dream, the same aspirations. And our priority is nothing but the interest of our people, interest of our state. We have demonstrated it in the past. We have proven it in the past while we had the privilege of running the government. And we will demonstrate it in the years to come. Our honesty and our commitment to our people, to our Jakpunriu, to our state. If there is any time when you feel that okay, we have not lived up to the expectations of our people of the state in the past, it was never intentional. Because the honors of responsibility of all the policymakers, you will understand when you share the responsibility together. Therefore, we will march together. Meghalaya has all the potentialities. All our friends in the state of Meghalaya have all the strength, and when we put this strength together, amplify this strength, sky is the limit. We will position our state as one of the states known for good things, famous for good things. But today, I am very sad, as many of our people are, to see that Meghalaya is not famous. Meghalaya is infamous. Infamous. Meghalaya is hitting the headlines, news headlines for all the wrong reasons. Do you want to be identified with that kind of wrong headlines in the news, whether it is national or whether it is local? No. ये अपना state है. This is our state. We should be proud of our state, and our state must not be known for all the wrong reasons. Yesterday you have seen what has happened. One precious life lost because of the continuation of the illegal mining. Why have the government robbed the people of the opportunity to realize benefit out of the resources by completing the whole necessary measures for enabling legal mining? Now people may ask, the same thing happened during your government. Friends, please understand the difference. During the time when we had the government, we came up with the Meghalaya Mining Development and Regulation Policy in 2012. The same people who are in the government were the people who are responsible to mislead the people that we don't implement that policy. Then, in 2014, because of similar kind of situation where there were unfortunate incidents hitting the news headlines and various other related instances of negative ramification on the environment, the Honorable National Green Tribunal took cognizance and banned the coal mining. But after that, what the government did? Our government said that all the rights of our people must be restored. In the state of Meghalaya, we have a very unique system of land holding. The ownership over the land and resources are vested with the people. The people are the owners of the land. That's why government has filed affidavit to indicate that in NGT and in the Honorable Supreme Court, because the whole country didn't know about this unique system of the state of Meghalaya, where we say that because the people of the state, different clans, different himas, different sardarships, they have the ownership over the land. Therefore, whatever minerals are there under the surface of the mineral also belongs to our people. And because of this persistent reminder from the state of the government of Meghalaya, then through various affidavits filed before the NGT, before the Honorable Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court took cognizance of this reality, this customary law and practices which have been enjoyed by our people from since time immemorial. And the Honorable Supreme Court recognized this right and gave a judgment saying that yes, in the state of Meghalaya, coal mining should be started, and all the owners of the land will have the right over the coal under the surface of the land. This is what our government did through the various stand of the government that we filed before the Honorable Supreme Court through affidavit. But the government of the day did not understand this. That's why in the assembly once, when the Chief Minister was replying to the questions, he was saying that yes, for the legal mining, the government will issue the mining list. We have to remind the Chief Minister and the government. Look, when the landowner is somebody else, other cannot give the mining lease. Therefore, the power and the right to give mining lease is vested with the landowners. We have to remind the Chief Minister because of his ignorance about the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. That proceeding is on record in the Assembly. Therefore, today, after the judgment of the Honorable High Court in 2019, why has the government not completed this whole exercise to facilitate and start legal mining, so that the state is not deprived of the revenue resources besides the multiple opportunities that opened up for the livelihood of our poor people and the owners of the land and resources. Today, this government is, therefore, responsible for all the deprivation of these opportunities. This is the government who has deprived the coal miners. This is the government who has deprived the resources which have accrued to the state exchequer through legal mining. Because illegal mining continues, and when illegal mining continues, the resources don't come to the government. The state is deprived of the resources. The state is deprived of the revenue. So also the district councils, who also have the share of these resources, they are deprived. You will be perturbed, you will be disturbed to know that more than for 3 years, the employees of Garo's Autonomous District Council have not been paid of their salaries. How insensitive this government is, and how the ugly face of irregularities and corruption is manifesting itself, you can easily understand. Therefore, friends, they are all our brothers and sisters. The employees who are working in Garo's Autonomous District Council are our people. The teachers who have been displaced and removed from the ad hoc appointment as teachers, they are all our people. The old and the infirm who are deprived of what is due for them in the form of old age pension, the single mothers, and we also have the assistance for marriage of the children of the orphan children. Where have they all gone? Where have the money gone? What has happened to the initiative that we embark upon with the money of the Asian Development Bank in the name of human capital development, where besides building the infrastructure and smart classrooms, we have money for training of the teachers, free training of the teachers. Today, all our teachers who want to be a teacher, they have to spend lakhs of rupees, hundreds of thousands of rupees for pursuing their teachers training program. Ask your children who are pursuing BA how much money they have to pay. Well, what has happened to the money which was available under the ADB? under the Human Capital Development Program that was brought by our government? What has happened to the training of the youth that was also funded under this Human Capital Development Program to generate employment and skilled workforce? Friends, Meghalaya is strong because we have always overcome challenges. We had innumerable challenges in the past, but we have overcome. But to be able to overcome all these challenges and to embark upon new initiative and restore the past glory, we must all come together. People from Khasi Hills, people from Giant Hills, and people from Garo Hills, all must come together because we belong to this state together. We are children of this great and beautiful state. We are proud to be Meghalayans. Therefore, 2023 is crucial. Let us be part of this great story where we will all come together, and because of our commitment to be together, we will be able to embark upon a new story, and we will be all able to take pride in being able to achieve great things and new things in future. We will rebuild the state where Meghalaya will have enough opportunities for our youth. We will rebuild this state as a destination for education and hospitality, which is the most inclusive sector to provide sustainable opportunities. But this government want to defame our state. They are not even scared of God. They want to make our Meghalaya a den of gambling. Do you want to be known as the people who belong to a state which is a destination for gambling, destination for all the sinful acts? We don't want our state to be known as the destination for all the vices. We want Meghalaya to be a destination inconsistent with the name and fame of our state. Destination for education, destination of hospitality sector, the most favored and the most wanted destination for promoting destination. God has blessed our state with abundance of resources, abundance of natural products. Who doesn't know about Cherrapunji? And because people know across the world the name Cherrapunji and Sora, Meghalaya becomes a natural destination if we know how to leverage upon this strength. And we have the IIM, we have the NIFT, we have the NIT, and the unfinished tasks which are derailed by this government. Number of medical colleges, number of professional colleges. Why is that engineering college in Maula still not open, not established? All these are deprivation of our people. Therefore, friends, no longer we will be silent spectators and silent majority. The majority are affected, and therefore, please come together. हम एक साथ ये तृणमूल कांग्रेस को अपना स्टेट को ऊंचाई पे ले जाने के लिए और हर परिवार के लिए अच्छा मौका भविष्य में देने के लिए हम अपना कर्तव्य निभाएंगे और ये मकसद रख के हम लोग आगे चलेंगे with this shared objective and commitment to build this beautiful state and position this state at the highest pedestal where everybody will have the sense of accomplishment, sense of well-being. We will build that state. And with this commitment, please join our party. Please tell others to join this All India Trinamool Congress. We have a number of options to be part of this great parivar. You can dial 96877 and indicate your willingness to be part of this great parivar. And besides this, we have a physical form, and all our members of the Pynthorumkhrah block Trinamool Congress Committee will give you this whole opportunity to enroll into this All India Trinamool Congress and be part of this great story. A story which will share the story of building a new Meghalaya, a vibrant, strong and prosperous Meghalaya for all our beloved children and grandchildren. So with these few words, I would like to thank the Almighty God for giving us this opportunity, and thank you all. Matela Kuble. God bless all of you. God bless Meghalaya. God bless our nation. Thank you.